Nobody would have guessed that it would look like this 45 years later.
From destruction, new life. As the 45-year anniversary of the Mount St. Helens eruption looms, we look at the rebirth of a devastated landscape.
After picking up some much-needed rain this morning, we have more in store as we head into the weekend.
And Cheney High students celebrate their multiple cultures tonight.
This outcome right now is way more than we could have imagined.
KREM 2 News starts right now.
Good evening, thank you for joining us tonight for KREM 2 News. I'm Cody Proctor. Well, let's start off by taking a live look outside tonight. We could be in for some stormy weather this weekend as we check out that live look over downtown Spokane. Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo starts us off tonight with a first look at your forecast.
On the backside of the rain earlier today, we saw a little bit of sunshine peek its way out, but that was just the start. I do think we have more chances of it as we get into the weekend, but it's going to be a little bit harder to come by in the coming days. It's just one of those weather patterns. Those showers moved through earlier today, and we'll see another round tomorrow. It starts, mid-morning, and those scattered showers persist on and off throughout the day. Tomorrow afternoon, a decent chance that we see a couple of rumbles of thunder. That's late afternoon, early evening. It looks like we get a band of showers that moves through late tomorrow evening, think after dark. Then it moves up into the mountains by Sunday morning, and then scattered showers Sunday afternoon before we head into a drier weather pattern next week. 65 degrees tomorrow, and that's all thanks to that storm moving in. It bumps us up in terms of temperatures and brings us that chance of thunderstorms later in the day. They won't be severe or widespread. It's just a chance. 56 on Sunday with scattered showers, and then by Monday we're back in the 60s as we slowly dry out next week.
Jeremy, thank you so much. In the meantime, now to a story that we have been following up all week. The need for youth mental health services is top of mind after the recent Providence lawsuit. The question now is, what can parents do to keep their children safe? KREM 2's Christian Garza has been working on the story all week and shares what resources are available for the youth mental health crisis here in the Inland Northwest.
Professionals I spoke with say mental health is a topic that's important for all families to keep in mind and talk about, especially as kids navigate through middle school and high school. Despite having a wide variety of youth mental health programs across the Inland Northwest,
I've been working with adolescents for the last almost 20 years.
Melissa Melson, a clinical supervisor for Multicare Behavioral Health, says the problem lies with the limited capacity.
I would say a common misconception is that they can get over it and just kind of power through it. But I think kids these days are facing way different challenges than even I was as an adolescent.
The Washington State Healthy Youth Survey shows in 2023 for counties in eastern Washington like Spokane, Lincoln, and Grant, middle school age students are dealing with things like anxiety, depression, and attempted suicide higher than the state average, which has grown since 2018.
All across Washington State, pre and post pandemic, we've seen an increase.
Samantha Clark, the Assistant Vice President for Strategy and Business Development for Multicare Behavioral Health, says while the number of services does not mirror the increase in demand, it's important for families to lay the groundwork ahead of time.
So often, just one trustworthy adult can make such a huge difference. And whether or not a kid or an adolescent, a teenager in our community gets through what they're experiencing or they don't.
For families in need, there are outpatient services provided at facilities like Imagine Spokane, Passages Spokane, and Inland Northwest Behavioral Health. Since the closure of Sacred Heart Psychiatric Center for Children and Adolescents back in September of last year, inpatient services for adolescents specifically have been limited, but Inland Northwest Behavioral Health does provide those services as well.
Behavioral health crisis doesn't happen Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
24/7 support for families is also available through 988 or through Frontier Behavioral Health's 24/7 regional crisis line. For families looking for more information regarding resources and how to get a hold of those resources, we have that information up on our website, krem.com. In the newsroom, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Christian, thank you so much. Let's go now to your Nightbeat for a quick look at today's top stories. Right now, there's a big hole in the River Park Square Mall after a car crashed into the front doors in downtown Spokane. Spokane police say the driver hit a parked car before crashing into the mall around 9 o'clock last night. The mall's since been boarded up. Authorities believe the vehicle swerved to avoid hitting someone on a scooter before running into the building. The driver was hurt and was taken to a hospital. He's also been cited for reckless driving. Within the last several hours, we've learned the identities of the two people killed in an attack this week on Spokane South Hill. On Tuesday, 911 calls came in from the Hart Terrace apartments saying there'd been a stabbing and a shooting. We now know the suspect, who was shot and killed by a bystander, was 61-year-old Daniel McFarland. Before McFarland was killed, police believe he randomly stabbed and killed 60-year-old Kevin Christensen. And the U.S. Department of Commerce has pulled funding for the Spokane Aerospace Hub. The $48 million in Tech Hub funding was a down payment to secure American competitiveness in aerospace manufacturing, but that's since been rescinded. Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown released a statement today saying, quote, "We deserve better, and I am calling on our congressional delegation to join me in demanding the Trump administration reverse this decision," end quote. And that is it for your Night Beat tonight. For more on any of these stories, just head to our website, KREM.com. Well, new tonight, the second annual Cheney High School Multicultural Night showcased dozens of student achievements and activities. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy went to that event tonight and tells us how important it is to both organizers and to students.
I'm at Sunset Elementary School here in Airway Heights, where the event's kicking off this year. Organizers and students I spoke with say the turnout was bigger than they could have expected. It's a crowded Friday night in the Sunset Elementary gym, with Cheney High Schoolers a part of the Black Student Union, wowing parents and students with their dancing. Duvall Yoakley is a Cheney High senior this year and says this form of dance, known as step, is culturally significant.
There is some roots within our ancestry and our heritage, and which is why we've brought it to light in modern day.
The dance is only one part of Cheney High School's second annual Multicultural Night. The event started last year by the Black Student Union, and it grew from there. Dozens of parents and students made their way to the school to see students of different backgrounds receive academic awards, learn about Samoan and Native American cultures, and watch the dance numbers performed by Yoakley and other members of the Black Student Union. The whole event is organizer Brianna Mitchell's baby.
This outcome right now is way more than we could have imagined.
Mitchell says last year's inaugural Multicultural Night drew in only about 20 people, none of whom were parents. This time, she says the event brought in a larger audience, a chance for them to show what the night means to her and many others.
I think it's important to highlight those different backgrounds because it's what I feel like just keeps the world going.
She says the event's helping bring in not only a larger crowd, but a larger diversity in ages as well.
We've always kind of wanted to know that you want to leave your legacy behind.
A legacy Yoakley's excited to leave behind with his high school graduation only weeks away. He's hopeful people take away how important representation is and why it needs to be celebrated.
Me as a senior, I'm trying to pass the torch to the underclassmen of my group to further just get out there and keep being confident and being active within the school.
Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
At this point in time, we're seeing the forest come back in. That's what we're watching.
From wasteland to wilderness, Mount St. Helens' remarkable revival 45 years after devastation. The surprising speed of nature's comeback coming up in about 8 minutes.